Yo won game 2. I'll do the bets for game 3 now, guys. We'll be starting shortly. Very fast games, which is good. Okay, here we are. It is game 3 of the best of 7 between Pike and Yo. We have Mayans for Yo and Aztecs for Pike. And sickness for me. Coughing up along. This is Ghost Lake, right? And yeah, you can tell who's the host. I love how it's all Chinese symbols and then SY Nations Cup Ghost Lake.
This baby is coming along nicely, almost halfway, less than 3.
Oh, Frederick, thank you for the 4 months, man. And also shout out to Sanchar as well. If you didn't hear the message, let me read it myself because I missed half of it. He said, "Thank you for all the awesome moments you share with me, for us, sorry. For me, you make the world a better place. I am always feeling better when I'm able to watch your stream." I didn't know that was going to hit me so deep in the feels. Thank you for the $5, man. Yeah, I try and... I don't know, it is my platform to do that, right? I'm in a position where we have 500 people here now, and I can try and make the world a better place, just make people happier, and that's what I'm here for. So, yeah, it's Ghost Lake. I do have the no snow mod, because I need to protect my eyes. So it looks like Marsh Lake more than anything. A pretty interesting map for Ghost Lake because they're so close. And normally, the ice will also be much closer to the bases, so they actually have a lot of space. It's pretty much Arabia. Or there will be relics on a lot of the marsh, and then a lot of extra sheep, which are often important on this, because Drushfast Castle is a very popular strategy here. So what we could see is Pike, if he's not lamed this time, because in game 1 he was lamed, he could go for 5 militia, and that'd be stronger than Yo's 3. Yo could go for 5 as well, but he'd have to collect gold to do so, while Pike does not, since he gets free loom and saves that gold. But, you know, last game was a little bit disappointing, honestly. I feel like Pike should have won that game. Pike got tilted and resigned. That's kind of his typical 1v1 style at times. In my opinion, Pike probably should have taken this board first. This one was a little bit further out, but this one's further forward. But I don't know if the players are going to be aware of how close they are to one another. You notice Yo is trying to go to this area, which is where you'd normally find the opponent. Still, maybe some confusion from Pike. No, he has found Yo, so much better scouting for him to start. Yeah, there's footprints in the grass. There's snow footprints in the grass, which is a little bit awkward. But let's look at the maps briefly. We have the main wood line here for Northern Pike. Can take this wood line as well.
1/3 baby.
Worst case scenario, you can take that gold. 1/3 of a baby from Urine Trolden. And we're getting there. We're gonna have so many babies. Gonna populate the earth with T90 Elite. Main gold is probably annoying for Pike. What's annoying about it is this small hill. This hill is here for nothing. There's just a small hill in the middle of nowhere right next to his gold. But no reason at all. He should be able to build a mining camp, and I guess the pathing could be a little bit weird on this hill. So he might tower that later on. But I predict we will see a drush from Pike with his 4 on wood. Yo also has 4 on wood. We'll probably go with a drush as well. He kind of need a drush for his Aztecs, just to defend, basically. And there's the barracks now for him. His main gold is here. He could easily wall this area. In fact, he walls here, it's even better. Gives him more space. Main gold would be safe if he walls in towards this wood line and towards his TC. You can see it's shaping up to be a pretty nice base for him. He is Mayans, and ideally he would have his main stone safe. This is a bit too far forward, so we might not see plumed archers from Yo this game. Depends how it plays out. Well, it's AOC and it's Pick Civ, so it's no surprise that we are seeing Mayans and Aztecs often. So why is Pike sending villagers to gold? Did he forget he's Aztecs? Oh, he's gonna go man-at-arms. Okay. Yep, he's gonna send this villager here. I wonder what Yo is doing. Yo is going to be going to gold. 3 to gold. Hasn't walled this off yet, has scouted it. So he's going to go archers, I think. So all he's going to need to do is... Hold on a second, I'm confused. He needs to secure his wood, so he needs to wall in his wood. And he needs to wall in his gold. He hasn't built a mining camp because of lack of wood, and okay, so sometimes players do this, collecting 10 gold with each villager, and then, oh, he's gonna go to this gold, okay. He chose a better area, in my opinion, because he can defend his woodline and his gold at the same time. But what I don't like from Mr. Yo is the second lumber camp, because now he's gonna need a mining camp, and then he's gonna need an archery range. In my opinion, this is a really bad build. He's not going to have the wood to do so. And a player like Mr. Yo should know, building that second lumber camp is going to make things very difficult for your economy. He sent his sheep villagers onto stragglers because he's desperate for wood now. Meanwhile, here comes Pike. He's going to have 3 militia. They will be man-at-arms. Yo has scouted that. Pike will have his eagle as well. And we'll see if there's any archery range built here. Or, yeah, there from Yo. Again, man-at-arms will be very strong in the early game. And Pike is probably assuming that this is the gold that Yo is using. And he knows that Yo is not going drush, because Feudal Age just came in for Yo. So archer range is later than Yo would have wanted. In comes the eagle from Pike. He could... I mean, this is actually devastating. To get to the berry villagers is going to hurt, because no food collection underneath the TC for Yo. We could see that Vil difference change over the next minute or two. There's the palisade walls on the woodline, and this is what I'm talking about. It's what Yo needed. The other woodline he knows is safe. He's using his eagle. Pike! Gonna lame the stragglers because these villagers are on the straggler trees. So basically what Pike is doing is he's grabbing a villager from home, and he's building a palisade wall over the stragglers to delete them, so Yo cannot collect them. He could do it to these as well. That is known as a BM move. It's kind of one of those things that's frowned upon, but people do it. Yo already lamed Pike. I like it, honestly. I think, especially because Pike has been behind, and he's probably salty after the first 2 games. But I don't know. Yo has done an excellent job with just 2 archers. He hasn't lost any archer HP except for there. He's defended quite well. He can go back to his berries, and the man-at-arms are pretty much useless for Pike. But the beautiful thing about man-at-arms, all the aggression is at your opponent's base. And then, I'm sorry, there we go. Back at home, you can have your own skirmishers. Balance your economy. Pike's no longer on gold. He would just go skirm, and then he'll add archers later. So that's the cool thing about man-at-arms. It's why I like it a lot. Because if you can't deal with pressure, there's 3 men-at-arms buy you a lot of time. We could have seen Pike go to early stone and build defensive towers. There's a lot of opportunity there for Pike with his build order. So now he's probably going to want to keep his scout alive so he can figure out where the archers are going from Yo and kill as many archers as possible. And yeah, now he's going to add his own archers in. But a heavy mix of skirms is going to be devastating for Yo, and the 2 armies will meet here. A weak eagle for Yo. I think it's going to be focused down by the skirmishers. It's going to be so close, but he's lost it now. He sacrificed that eagle so his archers would stay alive. So far, with the exception of him being housed there, this has been a pretty good game for Pike, but I can't help but feel he's a little bit more rusty, as he's 2 villagers behind now. Hey, Frederick, I don't know if you're watching the stream, but thank you for favoriting every single tweet I put out in the past 48 hours, because my phone is just going nuts in my pocket right now. I thought I was getting a text message and it was an emergency or something. Nah, just Frederick favoriting all my tweets. Is everyone else going to do that now? No, I just tweeted a lot and he missed them. Anyway, skirmishers are going to be on the hill versus archers, and both of these armies have +1. I like what Pike is going to do here. If he micros these skirmishers a little bit so they're not focused down, Buy himself a little bit more time to get some shots in. I'm sorry for the sniffles. Villager down on the wood line of Yo. And this is a good position for Pike because he can focus down military on both fronts. In before you guys go to Twitter, and my phone continues to blow up. Hold on, is that someone new? I just got a follow. Jeez, I need to disable alerts. People are finding me. Great engagements for Pike, though. And he also now knows that this is the gold that Yo is using. Transitioning into skirmishers was a very wise choice. And Yo is back at home. But how many times have we said this where Pike has the advantage, but Yo somehow finds a way? Yo's economy is slightly stronger, I believe. What he would want to do ideally is get a raid in with his archers, but he can't get to this gold, and honestly, he's not going to be able to get back here easily either. We should probably just defend at home, especially because he has so many archers. He doesn't want to lose them. You really shouldn't snort cocaine in front of the mic. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. It's so damn addicting. Don't do drugs, kids. They sound like me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. My fear is at one point my mom will find this stream, and I don't live at home anymore, and she worries about me. So what if my mom joined the stream right then, and I'm talking about doing cocaine? She would just lose it. She wouldn't be able to take the joke. Don't joke about that! So small hill here for Yo, and Pike doesn't care. He's full skirmisher, defense upgrades and everything. He's gonna kill all of these archers, and again, I don't agree with this engagement, but it is an engagement that Yo needs to take. He has the wood line here, he has the gold here as well. And Pike just gladly focusing down units, as many as possible, safe back at home. And this is what I'm talking about. This is exactly what Pike needed to do in this game. Be aggressive. Man-at-Arms bought himself time, led him to this moment. And Yo's economy is so imbalanced, he's going to build a market. Beautiful display of micro from Pike. He's probably going to run away now. And he should. Back at home, he can add in more archers because he's heavier on gold. He is getting a later wheelbarrow than I would have liked, but honestly, when that's completed, he should be in a decent position to click up to the next stage. Why not kill the vills instead? Well, because skirmishers are so weak versus villagers, you're not going to be able to do so. And also, let's say both players had 15 archers. Okay? So Pike comes in with 15 archers. Yo has 15 archers as well. And obviously archers can kill villagers. Still, Pike should kill the army first. Because what happens is, you might kill 2 villagers, 2, 3, 4 villagers with your archers, but then you lose your entire army, and then Yo would have so much more. And Yo's gonna get all that map control back. He's gonna have more numbers on you, more to upgrade later on. So basically, when you're taking fights, what you want to do, you want to kill the army first, and then if you kill the army first, the villagers will be there afterwards. That's how you want to take those engagements. Of course, it wasn't 15 archers, but I just wanted to give an example there. Both players on the way to Castle Age. Yo still holding to his hill, and he's now aware of the incoming skirmishers and archers from Pike. The gate's only on 61 HP, so this gate should be able to be focused down. Yeah, look at that. Skirmishers and archers focusing down a stone gate. And now, a panicky tower from Yo, a player who will have the edge in the uptime. But he's not satisfied with his current unit composition. He's going to lose another gate. He's buying himself time to get that tower up. Honestly, that's all he needed, and that wasn't a bad engagement for him. He needs to come over to this hill now. He'll get Bodcanera first. He does have the resources for Bodcanera and crossbow. Meanwhile, back at home, a lot more resources for Pike. Again, I feel like he needs to be collecting stone now so he can go to TCs. He's at 75 stone after that tower. I think he needs to go to stone. But here's an engagement, and an engagement Yo doesn't want to take because of all the archers he has. He's just going to send the villagers away. Pike is at risk now because he has almost full skirmisher. We could see Eagle Warriors from Yo, just 2 or 3, accompanied by crossbow and elite skirmisher. And there's a university for Yo. So he will go for ballistics as well. Pretty close game here. Pike has had the edge slightly, but Yo beat him to the castle age. Yo has a bit more economy. And also, this is probably a bad fight for Pike because he doesn't have the hill. An elite skirmisher will finish for Yo as he runs away. Yeah, but still, he lost the unit. Now, Yo also will need to collect some stone to get that next TC up, and this stone is denied by the new army of Pike. A new army will kill a crossbow, and it will delay all these farms. Also, this is the main goal for Yo. Pike could run through. I would love to see him run through, but he has not done so yet. He's playing it safe. Well, he's going back in on this side, and Yo's just trying to wall this off. And this game is neck and neck. Even the upgrades now, very close. And this is exactly what I wanted to see. Cutthroat play from Pike. Force the villagers off gold. He might be able to kill one or two here. No ballistics just yet, so he might miss all of them, sadly. He's gotten one. But Yo has been scrambling all game, but that is his forte. He's able to adjust on the fly. But Pike needs to keep that in mind. Again, villagers running away. Only 3 skirms here. Something that Pike might be tempted to try and focus down, but he knows more skirms will arrive. He's gonna run away. Still trying to harass on the backside here is Pike. And he could kill this villager. No, Yo is realizing this villager is weak. But how many times have we seen a weak house or gate from Yo? This is the 3rd time that house actually is not walling. But it looks like Pike will lose his army now. Too many skirmishers coming over. He's going to hold to the hill. Whereas you guys are talking about it, I'll say it. 25% more damage. More damage output when you're on the hill. And 25% less damage output for your enemy. So there's a 50% difference. But yeah. Ballistics completed for Yo, which is a good upgrade. He's gonna go for a siege workshop. Another army looping around from Pike. And he actually ran in here on the backside. Just being a pain in the ass now, honestly. Because everywhere you look, Yo has villagers running left and right. But still, I feel like this is a position where if Yo was in Pike's shoes, he would probably go for that town center. I don't know what Pike's doing now, but look at the crossbows finding the other wood line. And it's not like the earlier fights were that convincing from Pike. It was just harassment. But it forced Yo to this wood line earlier on with more villagers. Oh! And even a forward vill from Pike could get denied, actually. Pike is doing a great job, I feel. But this chick is now dead. And that forward siege workshop probably not going to do much because Yo will have his own Mangonel. I don't know. It seems like an overextension from Pike. If he collected stone, and he could have had multiple town centers. I don't know if there's any rules that I've missed here where Pike can't build TCs, but so far, he doesn't seem to like them much. It could just be his style, of course. Everyone has a different style. But realistically, he probably should have added a 2nd and 3rd town center. He might just stay on 1 because he has so much eco going for him at the moment. Defend and then go up 1 TC Eagles. But in my opinion, that's not the best approach. That being said, both players kind of mirroring each other with that. Yo is on stone. Now he's Mayans. Both players can go Elite Eagles, of course. Mayan Elite Eagles are actually better with full upgrades. Plumed Archers that Mayans have also have a bonus for Eagle Warriors, but we are a long way from Plumed Archers as there's only 2 on stone for Yo. I missed some subs. I'm so sorry. Primaz, if you're still there, thank you for subscribing. Also, I think I missed... Well, I don't think I missed anyone else. Thank you so much, everybody, for supporting me today. 2 forward Mangonels for Yo. Oh, this could be devastating. I'll go to Pike's point of view, because we need to see what Pike can see. I think the best approach, as now we have a lot on stone for Pike, I think the best approach might be defend with Mangonels, go forward with your ranged units.
Hope everyone is having a great day. Happy to be a part of this community.
Tasty Catfish. I just saw you in the chat. Welcome back. Oh, jeez. That's exactly what Pike was going for. Just what I said. He's going to go up for the counter with the ranged units, but there is a Mangonel here, and I don't think he's realized... Luckily, he didn't lose as much as I thought he would. Over here, he also needs to pay attention. And both players focusing on two armies at once. Pike gets the kill. And he's sending out another Maganel. Can he get a shot at Yo? I think he will get a shot off. Yo realizes this. Yo's going to use his own Maganel. He's going to kill that. 1-for-1 here on the right-hand side. But small advantage to Yo in that engagement. Because he still has a Maganel alive. Can Pike kill this now? Another 1-for-1. Unreal. A very close game. Now keep in mind, they're still doing all of this. That's the beauty of Age of Empires. There's so many moving parts. I think this fight will be won by Pike for the moment. More units coming in for Yo. Yo has plenty of resources, as does Pike. I'm a bit confused as to why there's so much stone coming in for Pike. Either he forgot about it or he has a plan. Maybe he's expecting eagles from Yo, and he wants to go into Jaguar Warriors or something, but castles as Aztecs, normally not the best. Yeah, Maganel's one-shot Maganels unless there's a hill advantage. If one Maganel has a hill, and it gets hit in full with if one shot connects entirely, it still won't kill it if there's a hill. It goes down to low HP. Another 1-for-1 here. And Yo needs to go back because there's going to be two Maganels for Pike. And he's going back. But it has to fully connect. You can easily take half HP off a Maganel. And look at that. Just because of that small dodge from both players, they're going to keep their Maganels alive for a little bit longer. But better micro from Yo. And if he can kill this Maganel, it's worth it. There's an attack ground there, but he just missed. Oh no, I think very close. Maybe better engagements for Pike because he's been killing these gold units. Now, if Pike's able to kill this next Maganel from Yo, it's very good for him. Because, oh! Yeah, I was going to say because it's almost dead anyway. But both players have delayed their TCs and are on multiple TCs now. We have 1, 2 TCs for Yo, 2 TCs for Pike. I think it would be a good approach to use the market and click up to Imp as fast as possible now. And that's exactly what Yo just did. You saw it on the left-hand side. He's been buying food and he's clicked up to Imp. He gets a castle on the hill. That'll be a good position to protect his economy as this is full walled. His main gold's still there. Everything else is walled for Yo. Heavy on stone both next to this castle he's placing and also in the back. But the weird thing is if he wants to go plumed archers, even though he's going to be an imp, he doesn't really have momentum. He hasn't even created one yet, and he's on his way to the Imperial Age. So these Maganels and these skirmishers from Pike, as there's another 1-for-1, they could do a lot. Now, what is this from Pike? It's going to be a forward castle, an aggressive castle. He hasn't scouted Yo's castle yet. Again, Maganel micro needed. Much better display of micro from Pike. Where does Pike want to put this? I'm feeling the hill. I think he wants to put it right where Yo has one, but now he realizes, yep, Yo has a castle there, I can't do that. Let's build it here. I don't love that decision, honestly. Yo will also have the edge and castle soon, I imagine, because he has so much stone coming in, so he can treb this down. I would have preferred it on the left-hand side, honestly, so it would range that gold, but it's close enough. A good Maganel shot there for Yo, and you can see the plumed archers are being massed, so we will see plumes from Yo. And then we're gonna have to see eagles from Pike. Eagles and skirms, I guess, to delay the plumed archers. There's another castle now for Yo. Yo does know this castle's going up. He just spotted it with the Maganel. Economy looks pretty close. I think Yo has the lead, though. Just with efficiency. I think Pike's priority is the Treb War. And it's gonna suck for him because he only has 4 villagers to repair here. Now, obviously, if this game goes on, we rarely see this in this matchup, but there is a potential for Onager and Siege Onager for the Aztec player, who's Pike. But most likely going to be battering rams here, because the one weakness of plumed archers is they can't kill rams fast. So if you get a good meat shield in front of them, it's normally a lot easier to kill them. So Elite Skirmisher and Ram might be the choice, and it could work for Pike. Of course, there is a potential that Eagles could be thrown out from Yo, but he doesn't have many upgrades. Yo will place his 3rd castle now. Yo is making trebs. There's no way Pike keeps this up. A questionable decision, in my opinion. Conscription out of this castle, so the units will create faster. There will soon be 2 trebuchets next to the new castle, and 1 trebuchet is already here. Yo has played this perfectly mid-castle onwards. Like I said, he's very good at handling that adversity and balancing out his economy, so it doesn't damage him as much as you would think. And that's why he's a top 2 player in the world. I think it's Viper and Yo at the very top. Maybe Viper, Yo, Leary right now, top 3 of active players. But when it comes to tournament, when it comes to cash games, Yo performs. And he's getting chemistry, so eventually he's going to mass enough boomed archers where he can really do a lot of damage. And yeah, he's found these villagers here. Pike will lose these villagers. And this is kind of where Pike needs to push, honestly. But Yo is prepared for this. If he places a couple mangonels behind the castle, walls off the castle as well, he can kill the battering rams. He's going to kill this one. There's going to be 4 more behind that. And the trebs are even going to fire here as well. So he's going to block with the plumed archers. I don't think the cap crimps will do anything because of this one mangonel. Yo expecting this. This mangonel was not here for the skirmishers. It was here for the rams. His castle's also firing on the units of Pike. Pike is killing as many of these plumed archers as possible, though. And this mangonel is now being chased. Still, if the spam is real, Pike has the units. He has an opportunity here. But the mangonel's still alive. 2 mangonels now, and I think the cap rams will go down. I don't know, I think Pike needs to go back. Needs to have a plan B here. It was very good that he killed those plumes, though. Yo, I think is just trying to lock down his base, take this game a little bit further. Doesn't need to win it in the next couple minutes. Just needs to defend. Gets this castle up, he secures this gold. And obviously Pike knows where that is. Now, Pike is going full skirm and ram, which can be easily countered by another mesosiv. He has gold back here if he needs it. He has the stone for another castle. He has a castle at home, so he's making traps. But he has to be careful where he places the next castle, seeing as there's so many trebuchets from Yo. This is with AOC. So this is on Boobly. This is with standard AOC, no expansion civs. To the person in the chat asking about the version. So Polaris was a series, you know, well before HD came back out. Polaris was big. They did Polaris best of 21s at the time. And so they brought this back. I think the lack of resources for Pike is really killing him now. Look at all the villagers exposed. He needs to send over these skirmishers. The thing is, Yo, he could simply go with maybe 3 or 4 onagers with his plumes. And if he does that, he can kill the skirmishers. He has elite plume. He's sending his trebs back. Yo's getting all the resources. He has stone here. He has gold here. This is the position you want to be in. Look at this. Using this one crossbow on this wood line. It's going to be so annoying. You got to build a castle here. The reason he's building a castle here is for map control. He wants to control every area of this map. Trebs going forward for Pike, and there's the 2 mangonels from earlier. I don't know if Yo will commit for the skirmishers or for the trebuchet, but he's gone for the skirmishers. Some big headshots there. The mangonel's still alive, and though it's skirmishers versus plumed archers, there's just far too many plumed archers, far too many trebs, and when you lose that many skirmishers at once, it doesn't make it easy for you. Very good game there from Yo. All in all, I think Pike's downfall was his economy in the castle age. He delayed his town centers too much. Now, I think that that's kind of what Pike likes to do. He likes to be a little bit overly aggressive, especially versus a player like Yo. But just to give you a little bit of insight on what Yo does, because this is how everyone should strive to play. Let's look back to the fight here on the gold. So he knew he needed to hold in that position. And then once the units were upgraded, he was constantly trying to lock down his base. So he was walling here, he's walling here. Once he got the upgrades, he realized, okay, if I defend with my walls and a siege workshop, I'm completely fine to run out and do damage. And then my priority next needs to be my economy. I can't stay on one TC too long. So Yo ended up going on TCs around the same time as Pike, but it's kind of a hit and run style of play, taking risks that aren't overextending like Pike did. And once you get into this stage of the game, castling your golds, scouting the rest of the stones, building a castle over here so you can have a push elsewhere, making sure you get the hills, which he had, making sure you deny wood lines with small things like one crossbow. So Yo does this stuff, and there's a reason when we see the big games between Viper and Yo in tournaments, they're so close. Very good player in team games as well. Pike is more known for his team games, but it's going to be 3-0 for Pike now. You put money in the pot, and Yo is normally performing. And he doesn't mess around. I think Pike, I don't know, it was just the eco that hurt him. You can see he had more food and more wood, which translates into skirmishers, but he didn't have the gold. There was a lot of opportunity there for Pike. Alright, so I'm going to start the bets for game 4.